Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Will's Vlog Zone here today. So today I'm going to be going 1 versus 1 million miles an hour in Minecraft using several methods. We're on a goal to reach 1,000 subscribers, so make sure to subscribe and like the video to get us closer to our goal. Now let's get right into today's video. Alright guys, so the first method is to crouch on soul sand. That should get you about 1 to half a block per second. See, I'm going about 1 block per second incredibly slowly. It's been like 10 seconds already, and I'm not even 5 blocks. Alright guys, so the next method is using a flying machine to go about 2 to 3 blocks per second. This is still an incredibly slow method, but to do it, you gotta activate the observer on front by just placing a block and getting rid of it, and then it activates. See, it's pretty slow, but pretty reliable. It goes about 2 blocks per second in one direction, depending on where you want to go. Alright guys, so the next way is way faster. Instead of going a measly 2 blocks per second with a flying machine, we'll be going almost 6 blocks per second using running. So running does about 5.6 blocks per second. Just flat out sprinting or sprinting and jumping does about 5.6 blocks per second. Still pretty slow though compared to what we're going to be doing later in the video, so make sure to watch out for those methods later on. Alright guys, the next method involves even more running. So, the next method, you're able to go up to about 8.1 blocks per second from 5.6. The way it works is, if you have a block over your head while you're jumping and sprinting, then you should go a good bit faster than if you didn't have a block above your head. And I'll demonstrate. See, I'm running, and then just jumping makes it just a tiny bit faster. It doesn't really look like it, but it is actually a little bit faster than if you were running with no blocks above your heads, believe it or not. Alright guys, so the next method's even quicker. So as you guys can see, I'm on a horse, which makes a lot of sense. So, the average horse will go up to about 10 blocks per second. You know, just the average. If you breed them for a while, for a couple hours, you should be able to get a horse that goes upwards of 14 to 15 blocks per second. But, since I don't feel like doing that, we're going with the average horse speed, which is about 10 blocks per second. My horse might be slightly above average, but it's still at least 10 blocks per second, so that's pretty impressive. But this is nowhere near as fast as these next few ones are going to be. Alright guys, we're going even faster now. So, this is the last of the slow methods I'm going to be showing you guys. Everything else from this point onwards are going to be way faster. But this still is a good improvement. See, we're doing 17 blocks a second now instead of 10, so we're almost 2 timesing the speed, which is a pretty significant increase. This is more of an increase than going from the first one all the way to the fourth one, which is pretty impressive. This is similar to the one where you jump with a block above your head, but instead of a regular ground, you do ice. Because ice moves you faster than regular ground. So, let me switch over to survival real quick just to show you guys. So now that I'm in survival, you could see it's way quicker if I sprint. Like at this point you can really start to tell the difference in speed between this one and the previous. It's actually starting to go really quick now. Alright guys, now we start getting into the really fast ones. I bet you guys wouldn't believe that this next method is faster than all the previous ones combined. That's how fast it is. You guys are probably aware of this method. It's the ice boat method. So let me grab a boat real quick. This method can go all the way up to 70 blocks per second, which is absurdly quick. Be in mind you, it can only go up to 70 blocks a second if you have a long enough ice road. If you have a shorter ice road like this, you might not get up to those numbers. But it can still do those numbers if you have a long enough ice road. See, we cleared literally like 50 blocks in just a couple seconds. That proves how fast this method is. Now we are really starting to get into the really fast methods in this video. You guys thought we were done increasing speed? Well, we aren't. So this method doesn't increase the speed as much from jumping on the ice to the ice boat. We only go up to about 96 blocks per second, but this method's way cooler. So we're doing a Elytra and fireworks method instead of the ice boat. So we go from 70 blocks per second up to 90. Now I'm going to get a good head start, and this is about a 50 block lane. Let's see how quickly we can clear it. Pretty quick, and I almost died. See, that proves how fast we are getting. We're already up to an Elytra, which is normally assumed to be very fast in the game, and even that will dwarf in comparison to what we have the next two items. You guys won't believe what we have up next. Alright guys, so the next one is a bit of a weird one. So, the next method is a TNT Launcher. So, depending on what method you use to build it, or how much TNT you decide to put in it to launch you upwards, you can go upwards of 1,000 to 2,000 blocks per second into the sky, which just imagine how high you go in the sky. That would be at least 20k in the sky. And this is a significant increase. We're going up from 96 blocks on this one with the Elytra, up to 100 to 2,000 blocks with this method. It's a much more simple method. So you just hop in. This is the design that you use, or this is the design that I use to build this TNT cannon. Then when I flip the lever, you stand in the middle of all the TNT, and kaboom! It is what it is. See, we got pretty high. We got some massive airtime on that. And at least for the first few blocks, we went pretty quick. Like, that is some mad acceleration. It's crazy. But you guys will not believe the next one. The next one's the last one, and it is by far the quickest. It is, I don't even know how to put this. The next one is like more than 50 times quicker than all the other ones combined. Probably way more than that. Now let's go over to the next one. Alright guys, you're probably wondering what this next one is, and you're like, what is it? It's just a lectern. But I have an explanation on the lectern. So, this one I like to refer to as the Ender Pearl Stasis Chamber method. If you're unaware of what an Ender Pearl Stasis Chamber is, it's essentially you can put an Ender Pearl in it, and no matter where you are, it'll teleport you back to it. So what the idea is, if you build one at 30 million blocks in your world, so the world border, and then another one at the opposite world border, or negative 30 million, then you will teleport 60 million blocks in less than a second. You will teleport that much in 16 milliseconds. If you convert that into regular seconds, that would be about 396 million blocks in 1 second. If you continuously teleported, then if you converted that into meters, which 1 block is 1 meter, that would be about 396 million meters. And then if you convert that into miles per hour, that would be 250,000 miles in 1 second, or 15 million miles per hour, which is mind-blowing. I know the thumbnail said 1 million miles an hour is the maximum, but I somehow found a way to do 15 million. So in a way, this isn't clickbait. I'm sorry I couldn't build Ender Pearl Stasis Chambers to test it for you guys in today's video. I don't know how to do it. I'm bad. I'm bad at it. I just don't know how. But this right here is what I firmly believe to be the theoretical fastest you can travel in Minecraft the game. Pretty impressive, right? It's crazy. Over 10 million miles an hour. Well, I hope you liked today's video. Still, make sure to subscribe and like the video to get us to 1,000 subscribers. It's my ultimate goal and I would love to achieve it. Also, make sure to try out some of these methods for yourself to see if they work. Because I'm pretty sure they do, but I'd like to see if you guys try them. I'd like to see you guys try them. And someone try and test out this Ender Pearl method, because I think it can get you over 10 million miles an hour if you convert the numbers right. So, someone out there in the world, go try it. And that's pretty much the end of today's video. Bye!